Bad Baby shows proof. She shows her receipts to prove she earned $52 million on OnlyFans in a single year. So I talked about this a little bit earlier this week, but wow. Like, to again put this into perspective, this 19-year-old girl made more profit than CNN Plus. Keep that in mind. And CNN Plus spent like what, 300 million to up to $1 billion on trying to create that platform. Bad Baby used her phone. Like, Jesus. So you might remember Bad Baby as the Cash Me Outside girl who went viral in 2016 after repeating the memeable catchphrase during her appearance on Dr. Phil. Back then, Baby, real name Danielle Bregoli, was a wayward teen whose mother was at her wits' end with her antics, which, by the way, I think her dad was like a cop as well. Now, 6 years later, Baby claims to be earning more money than anyone thought possible. In a recent video, the 19-year-old addressed her rise to fame on the daytime talk show and was keen to inform her critics that she's now more than just the cash me outside girl. It's not something that I'm just, oh yes, I'm so in love with being the girl that got famous for being on Dr. Phil and saying some crazy S. No, that's not how I feel, Baby said in a video obtained by TMZ. Now here's the thing. She could still call herself the Cash Me Girl because, oh my god, the amount of money that we're about to show you is insane. Okay? So we're going to actually be checking this because I guess this might have been like on her Instagram story, and she had like, well, she has over 16 million followers on Instagram. So for the month of April 1st, 2021 to April 25, 2022. All right, right here. Her subscriptions. Let's see, what is that? Three. So from her subscription, she made what, $16,619,070.66. Her tips were $161,567.59. Her messages were 25,529,080.78. So actually her messages made her more money than her monthly subscription. That's crazy. Or her subscriptions. So the total gross revenue from her OnlyFans is 52,892,972.42, and her total profit is 42,309,719.03. And here's the thing, right? Like, I view this thing in like two ways. I applaud her, right, for making this kind of like money. Like, this is some crazy money. Like, we're talking, she makes more money than nearly every single CEO of every single major company that's publicly traded. Put that into perspective, right? She makes more money than pretty much every major CEO. Like, just think about that. Like, that's insane. That's truly insane. But I think that's also pretty cool, right? I mean, making 52 million in a year, 42 million, after everything's said and done. But then you also have to pay taxes and all that kind of stuff, right? But either way, tens of millions of dollars in a single year, right? At 19. I applaud her. I think that's pretty awesome. And I really hope that she manages her money well so that she doesn't have to rely on doing anything that she doesn't want to do, right? That being said, the other side to this, there's going to be so many women who stumble upon this article, video, all that kind of stuff, right? And see these numbers. And they're going to be like 17, 16, 18, 19, etc., 20, 21. And they're going to be like, you know what? I'm going to create an OnlyFans when I am 18 plus and end up creating this sort of content because, I want to be a multi-millionaire as well. And you're going to end up having people going down this route who literally have no chance at making this kind of money, right? Like there are so many women out there that created an OnlyFans that are not even making minimum wage from their OnlyFans. And yet now it's out there. Now their bodies are out there. Now what they do maybe with their boyfriend or their husband and all that kind of stuff is out there and they don't even make minimum wage from doing it. So it gets into a pretty odd situation, you know? But I think this amount of money is absolutely crazy and honestly pretty cool. So addressing her rap career, the influencer continued, call me the youngest female of the decade to go platinum, call me S like that, like there's way more things. Call me the Gucci flip-flops girl, the high B girl, the girl who got a effing $1 million makeup deal, the girl who made over effing $50 million on OnlyFans. Call me whatever you want. When you try to find a way to be annoying about something, it's just kind of weird. Naturally, many took her boastful claim of making $50 million from the subscription service to be widely exaggerated, but then Baby came with the receipts. On Monday, the rapper shared a screenshot and video evidence, FYI, of her OnlyFans account listing her monthly earnings from April 1st, 2021 to April 25th, 2022. Right there in black and white is her total gross income of close to $50 million or 42 million euros, while the net income sits at $42.3 million and 33.6 million euros. It also featured a message at the top of her account that said Baby was in the 0.01% of all creators. Go cry about it, B. Thanks at Scoop Agency Partners. Scoop Agency Partners couldn't have done it without you, Baby captioned the Instagram post. So she launched her OnlyFans account a week after celebrating her 18th birthday and charges $23.99 or 19 euros per month for exclusive access to her photos and videos. And in 2021, Billboard confirmed that Baby brought in $1 million or 792,000 euros in just 6 hours, which at the time broke a record for the platform, which has become popular for adult content. And the former Disney star Bella Thorne previously had the record after earning $1 million in under 24 hours. So, I mean, feel free to give your thoughts, but like this is like truly crazy. Is there like a comment section? Oh, no one's actually talking about it. But honestly, like this is like an absolutely crazy thing. And here's the thing. If she were to ever stumble upon this, or if anyone were to ever make any sort of kind of money like this, try your best to manage your money in a way where you never have to worry about money ever again. Now, the good thing for her business model is that it's subscription based and it's also personality based because these are all followers of her that are subscribing to see her. Thus, they are going to keep paying more money to see more of her or to see her do things and all that kind of stuff, etc. Right? So even if OnlyFans were to go down, she would still be able to make a lot of money. So props to her for creating a business model that is very recurring, right? Meaning every single month, regardless if she grows her business or slightly decreases, there's always going to be money coming in. It's not just going to just completely cut out, right? Meaning, okay, she might make like 14 to 16 million, whatever. Actually, no, let's just put like, 2 million this month or like 1 million this month. Let's just say 1 million this month, right? From her subscription service, right? Well, if that goes up to 1.5 next month, okay. If it goes down to 1 million the month after that, okay. She knows like roughly a certain amount of money is going to be basically coming in every single month, right? And she also knows that she can make a lot of money with these like messages or whatever it is that she's doing with the whole message thing because she made over 25 million from these active purchases of these whatever messages things that they are, right? So I think it's actually really cool to see someone so young make so much money. I just hope that she ends up managing her money to where she never has to worry about money ever. Period. So, if I was in her situation, this is how I would manage the money. I would pay any and all debt that I have. I would make sure to never get into debt. I would have a pretty hefty emergency fund. Like for her, like in this specific type of situation, I wouldn't go with like a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. I'd go with like a year long emergency fund just because the type of lifestyle that I'd probably have for like my bills would probably be pretty high in this type of situation, right? So my monthly costs would probably be pretty high. So I'd probably want a year long emergency fund. And this is like truly an emergency fund. Like this is like something that you put like in a savings account that you literally never touch and you only check to make sure that it hasn't been hacked, right? Next, I would put in and pay cash for a lot of index funds like the S&P 500, SPY, Vanguard, all that kind of stuff. And as in for the cash aspect, pay cash for a lot of real estate that will produce some sort of income, or at the very least, that I have complete control over in a very, very well to do area. Because the price of that property will probably increase by a decent amount. You could probably move family in there as well and be pretty sitting nice, right? Because even if you don't necessarily make money off of it per month, you know that the house is probably going to appreciate more than what it actually costs you to even keep it up, right? And that's probably what I'd really do in this specific situation. And basically just like make sure that like my costs per month don't really change because since my business would be more recurring, I'd be more focused on just doing this, roughly the same amount of spending. So like if her situation is like, oh, she spends like 100 grand per month, which is crazy to say, but I mean she's honestly probably spending more than that, maybe, I don't know. But she could easily spend 100 grand a month and like not care, right? But just keep that type of expenditure the same. Don't just like constantly keep increasing how much money you spend per month. Just try to keep how much money you spend roughly the same, plus or minus like 10-20%, just because your business is recurring. You could rely on that recurring revenue, but you don't want to lifestyle creep your way out of the income that you're pulling in, right? So good luck to her. Hopefully she does well, all that kind of stuff. It's just honestly crazy to see this kind of money that someone ends up getting when they are so young. If you want to learn how to get out of debt and master your money, go to 40inbox.com.